Hey people, Indra here, 1v1, Calderis Refinery. Blue side is Fear as a Chaos Lord, a durable and destructive hero who thought objects cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption fighting in melee. Looks like we've got some Night Lords, but not the elite scheme, up against. Aveend is a Lord Commissar, strong offense and support fighting in melee begins with a refractor shield. And the Talon Desert Raiders elite scheme here. One of the cooler ones, I think, especially for the guard. Sentinel into some more guardsmen. Chaos Space Marines into some more heretics, of course. Chaos Lord might just grab this and then go bum rushing the mid, looking for guardsmen to harass. And the Sentinel, likewise, might be going to look for heretics to harass. Are they going to find some on the west side here? Those guys are moving towards the east now. Might be able to find them. How much DPS does a Sentinel do? I keep meaning to check, like how many guardsmen is this thing equivalent to in terms of DPS? Doesn't seem to want to chase. Oh, CSM go mid. What's the Chaos Lord up to? Chaos Lord is being very serene so far, capping up a wreck point. Then he's going to run at the east side with double heretics in tow. They're going to run into a Lord Commissar, who I imagine is going to get a power sword. The Chaos Lord perhaps going to get the Combi Flamer. For the terrifying din of that Combi Flamer just tearing apart guardsmen. Sentinel getting a decap on the VP. CSM might run into guardsmen in the mid. They will easily deal with them 1v1, of course. Lord Commissar taking a circuitous route to mess with some heretics. That's Corn Worship, of course. +2 speed to all of Fear's units in the radius. It's quite a big radius on Worship as well. Sentinel and Guardsmen to have a go at the Chaos Space Marines. They back off to find some cover, or maybe to focus down the Lord Commissar. What is he up to? He's led the Chaos Lord around, but took a bunch of damage doing it. There's some Corn Worship again. These guys can try and get some cover with it, perhaps. Oh, Eternal War is up for 20% more damage in melee and ranged combat. They can start picking through those Guardsmen. The Sentinel does not have the ground pound. Heretics looking for a fight though as well. Yeah, those guardsmen dropping quite fast with the Eternal War up. The Chaos Space Marines have taken a bunch of damage though. Depends how it's been distributed in terms of how close they are to dropping a model. I wish there was a way we could work that into the game somehow without it being visually incredibly messy to see how much hit points each individual model has. Maybe if they made it so it was like a dot at the feet or on top of each model that just changed color from green to red when they were low on health. So you don't get a bar exactly, but you get a little indication. They can make it like toggleable in case people think it's too messy. So triple gens up. We do see a Combi Flamer for the Chaos Lord, so that's going to be bad news for the Guardsmen. More heretics for Fear. Some on the west side. Oh, they got messed up. They must have got burned. Yeah, those guys had a flamers look. And one thing you can do in that kind of situation, if you're guardsmen with flamers and a melee squad's coming after you, is to keep capping, because you'll keep shooting. So, because if you're capping, you can't be in melee. So if you're facing the right direction and capping, you can really mess up a melee squad that runs up on you if you've got flamers especially. Lord Commissar in amongst the Chaos Space Marines trying to get a model off them. There's a stomp from the Sentinel. CSM now, run into melee with the Lord Commissar. They are pretty decent melee combatants, Chaos Space Marines, as you would expect. Now the Sentinel's in a bad spot because that Combi Flamer is like 30 DPS. Don't think it's going to get away. Oh, maybe. Double repairs coming in. Heretics. No. I think that Doom Blast really helped, actually. I think that Doom Blast hit the Sentinel quite well. Chaos Lord is just terrifying here. CSM do drop a model. Those guardsmen got messed up. Heretics trying to close the distance. Trying to get an aspiring champion as well. Uh-oh. I don't think those guys are going to get away. Aspiring champion does not come in time. That was so close, but there's a very nice kill to weak. Look at that. Almost fully healed up again. Just can't get rid of this fella. Imagine if they had the Dark Halo right now. There's this. Heretics taking the VP back. So Sentinel down, but Heretics also down. And his Chaos Space Marines, yeah, they're taking a big risk hanging around here. So the Lord Commissar's got like is it like 17 DPS or something, sidearm? It's pretty damn good. Smack. I think they're going to make it. Carapace armor is up. Really beefs up your Lord Commissar early. 200 hit points, 2.5 hit points per second regen, and you get Inspire Courage buffing the Lord Commissar now. More damage for 15 seconds and it breaks suppression. Still expect the Power Sword though. The Chaos Sword trying to immolate some guardsmen has to run. I don't think, yeah, it'll be tough to get another kill a week like they did before, because that was on retreat, that other one. Heretics now flooding the west side. No node here. How much did they get? Oh, they got all of it. They got all the gens. Aveend replaces 2 of them. Not sure what was here when Aveend bashed it. I don't think it was full. These fellows with an aspiring champion. That is a Chaos Space Marine with bolt pistol and chainsword. He knows how to use them. Buffs the health of the other fellas as well, which in turn makes their Doom Blast do more damage because it scales off health, which is interesting. You know, it gives you an incentive to not get these guys killed. Level them up. They'll do more damage on their Doom Blast. Doom Blast and run. He was surrounded by lasguns and an annoyed Lord Commissar. Oh, these guys replaced the heretics they lost. Chaos Lord is not level 2. Actually doesn't have that much more XP than a Lord Commissar did. I guess the Lord Commissar had a hand in killing a Chaos Space Marine, which would have been a decent chunk of XP. Tier 2 for Aveend. And with 4 guardsmen up, can we see a Chimera? Maybe. Do they have sergeants? 3 of the squads have sergeants. The ones with the flamer do not. Heretics getting a decap. They should be able to finish it. That's going to be a 1-to-1 now. 490 to 425. I'm not sure if Aveend queued something up in tier 2 already. I wasn't watching the resources. Level 2 Lord Commissar though. Where's the Chaos Lord at? Levels up to level 2 as well. Shot some guardsmen to death, I guess. And there's that terrifying low rumble of the Combi Flamer. And there's Malignant Blindness. Global ability of the Chaos Lord. Just saw that dark cloud above their heads briefly. That messes up their vision and weapon range of all enemy units on the map. And it lasts a good 10 seconds or so. I feel like it should keep the cloud above their heads for the 10 seconds. That might be, I don't know, it might be quite an expensive effect to keep on the screen all the time. It's probably got like alpha transparency in it and stuff. There's tier 2 for Fear. Halfway behind Aveend. There was not anything queued up. Primaris Psyker maybe could strip soul the Chaos Lord. Pretty sure you can still fire though while you're being slowed down and snared by strip soul. There's some fire for your gens. And now some fire for the Chaos Lord. Can they get a kill a week? Oh, here we go. Who needs a power sword when you have a Xenos Power Claw you ripped off a war boss? Tried to get killed a week and was taken down. That's a big loss for Fear, actually. Chaos Lord falling in a situation where they didn't need to. They just misjudged it a bit. Blood Crusher on the way for Fear. Lord Commissar can have a go at it with the Xenos Power Claw, especially with Stubbornness up. Gives a bunch of damage bonus and health regen bonus, and if they pop Inspire Courage for the 15% as well, they could be hacking away at the Blood Crusher with huge DPS. And that Blood Crusher, of course, does not have melee resistance. 2-to-1 cap for Aveend. Chaos Space Marines having an aspiring champion. And now they're getting Xenos Power Clawed though. Yeah, they do not like that. There's some Khorne worship to try and help them out. They dropped a model though. It was not the aspiring champion. 2-to-1 cap for Aveend. Need a plan to stop this Lord Commissar because they are now a powerhouse in combat. And here comes a Blood Crusher. Blood Crushers do 90 odd heavy melee DPS. So they are very good at hunting single entities, but they need to be careful with the DPS that the Lord Commissar's putting out. They are under worship here. which gives them huge health and energy regen. And down goes the Lord Commissar, I think. Yep, down they go. Chaos Lord's back to their feet. They can get on the power now. And maybe take all of it out. Blood Crusher's a pretty good power basher. Pretty good power basher. Aveend. Have they made a critical error here? They dumped a lot of resources into the Lord Commissar. Did great for about 75 seconds and now has fallen over. And now they can't get anti-vehicle up. Gonna lose the whole power here, I think. What is this? Heretics finding power bashing guardsmen. Did they bash it? Doesn't seem like it's been rebuilt. Heretics grabbing the mid. There is a Khorne Shrine that's going to spawn bloodletters periodically and give Fear's units a 10% damage buff. That's what that yellow circle you see is. Lord Commissar's back to their feet. Throws up the shield, gets a bunch of stubbornness buffs, and we got Plasma Guardsmen in play. And there's Let the Galaxy Burn, bringing all the fire of the Chaos Lord today. Any more plasmas? Nope. They are whittling down that Blood Crusher. These guys, I think these guys are worshipping the shrine. They're not worshipping Khorne. I think. Oh, maybe they are. Maybe they are. The Blood Crusher's health is flying up quite well there. They need to try and focus down those CSM, I think. With the plasma and that claw, they'll make short work of them. You can see them backing the hell off there. Guardsmen being chased off. And we do have Commissars in play for the Guardsmen, so they're reinforcing 3 at a time, some of them. Blood Crusher continues to be a massive problem, though. Got to get some Stormtroopers up or something, surely, for some anti-armor. It is a Manticore, apparently. Okay. I guess they feel like Stormtroopers are just going to be tied up immediately by the Chaos Lord or the Blood Crusher. I was going to say you might need to double up on them, but they're going Manticore. Fear's down to single Heretic squad again. I didn't even catch what happened to the other ones. Look, they're over here. Those guys were chasing the Guardsmen, weren't they? And they died, I suppose. 442 to 360. Tier 3 for Fear. Let the Galaxy Burn. Do they have the red for Terminators? Doesn't look like it, no. Oh boy, CSM. 5 hit points, CSM. They made it. Look at the resources for a second. The squad almost dies. And there's your Manticore, long-range artillery piece. The Blood Crusher could just go into base and destroy it here. I don't know if they've seen it. They can't necessarily see what we can see. Need to individually target each shot. It will mess up a Blood Crusher if it can hit. And by all rights, it should not be able to hit a Blood Crusher with those rockets. Blood Crusher's nice and mobile. Goes after the Lord Commissar. There's some decent damage on it. There's the Manticore strike. Pretty nasty. Messed up the Blood Crusher quite a lot. Blood Crusher charges a bit, kind of. If it leaves now, maybe it can make it out. Oh, a big hit from the Lord Commissar there. Bloody hell. Massive buff from Stubbornness on that hit. I'm not sure if the Heretics will make it. There's Demonic Roar to get the Lord Commissar to stop chasing me, please. And Heretics die. Okay. Fear's down to 2 units, but they are tier 3. That was a thing. What's the Chaos Lord doing? Guess they were healing up that whole time. Blood Crusher made it. Did not get X level. Here's some more Heretics. They do need that worship support, I think. And Predator tank. Perhaps. Not sure. .442 to 290 on the VPs. Big VP lead for Fear. And there's Malignant Blindness again. So the Chaos Lord can sneak to the west side, start capping stuff. Need to split and cap here. Heretics repairing the Blood Crusher, which is faster than Worship. But Worship affects an entire army, of course. Well, everything around you. It is a Chaos Predator on the way. Can hunt down the Manticore with that, maybe. And if it's a Mark of Tzeentch Predator, it'll kill it in like 3 or 4 hits, I think. Yeah, they're not committing this stuff quite yet. They know they have a VP lead. Don't want to get stuff killed and achieve nothing. Just feed XP to Aveend Chaos Lord. Let the Galaxy burn. I was going to say, is it just going to hit the terrain there? And it did indeed just hit the terrain. Unfortunately for Fear. Almost level 4 this guy. 415 to 290. Manticore's quite far forward. Chaos Predator on the field. Goes for the Mark of Nurgle. Makes your tank very tough. Also gives it melee resistance and health regen. And a stinky Nurgle autocannon round. Here it is. Aveend has tons of red. So we could see a loyal to the end play at some point. And they're trying to bash the gens, and I think they're going to get it done. There we go. Does it tell me how often this procs? It doesn't. Oh, every 16, 8, 4, 2 seconds. Wow. Every 2 seconds if you have enough infantry? It's crazy. That's mental. 386 to 290. I always thought Stubbornness was like weirdly strong, but doesn't seem to. People don't seem to complain about it. It gives you such. Oh, Blood Crusher got the Manticore while I was waffling on. There we go. Hold on, Blood Crusher. Almost level 3 now. CSM grabbed the VP as well. They could have got some melee in there on retreat, maybe. 386 to 282. 2-to-1 cap. Chaos Lord. Escorting their tank up the field. I'm not sure if... Yeah, Aveend must have... Yeah, they saw it on the power bash. Blood Crusher maybe try to charge into those guys. And there's that stinking Nurgle round. Look at that. That's pretty good. It also has damage over time on the bolt guns, I believe. Oh, here's a las cannon though. Yeah, probably want to shoot at the Blood Crusher with it. This thing has 12, 25 hit points at level 1. The Nurgle tank. 2-to-1 for Fear. He might get a triple. Center VPs available for capping. Las cannon now needs to move up, and we might see Inspire Courage on that squad to buff their damage up before the Lord Commissar runs in. Needs to get them into position first though. And what position do you take with these guys? The Chaos Lord's going to go straight after them, I imagine. As long as they have a way to stop the Chaos Lord's movement. I still think Primaris Psyche is pretty good here. Just for that strip soul. Single cap now. It's going to be a 2-to-1. Chaos Space Marines taking this opportunity to get a little bit of damage in. So is the tank. Hasn't thrown the shield up, which is weird. Well, they do have Stubbornness. They know they can heal up pretty damn quickly, I suppose. And yeah, look at the heals. Crazy. Like, what is going on with Stubbornness? Why is it allowed to be so strong? I always thought it was insanely strong. It's healed up to full, look. In like 6 seconds. Chasing down the Chaos Lord now. Shield thrown up. Tank might need to back off here. Doesn't seem too bothered by the Lord Commissar's melee attacks. Here's a bunch of guardsmen now. And down goes the Lord Commissar. They've focused him down. A charging Blood Crusher knocks everything over. CSM are getting plasma gunned before they ran. Las cannon can maybe finish the Blood Crusher as he got in there. He got in there, but plasma guns get it done, and there's loyal to the end, look. Buffs damage on models as units die, I believe. But it's in a specific area, so the las cannon wasn't getting buffed by it. But those plasma guns got it done. Fear with some heretics on the way. And another heavy weapon squad for Aveend. I thought they'd go for stormtroopers instead of bits more mobility. But Lascannon's doing work. Not sure what this one's going to be. And of course, stormtroopers can sneak around, maybe get a melter bomb on rear armor for that big spike. And it would stack, wouldn't it, with Lascannon slow? I think, because of different sources of snare would stack together. Oh, these guys are just using a heavy bolter. You can't suppress a Chaos Lord, but they'll think twice about charging down a Lascannon if there's a heavy bolter in their face, taking a bunch of damage on them. Bloodletter's on the way now for Fear. Looks like it's a fully central game. Nobody's trying to flank around the sides or anything. Bloodletters might. These are demons with power melee hellblades. Saw them spawning out of that shrine earlier. These guys can stick around though, of course. Malignant Blindness again being used. Tried to get a decap, but cannot. Taking some hits. Is double Bloodletters for Fear. That's going to be terrifying for the guardsmen. They both just teleport on all the guardsmen here. Are they all 12 models now? They are. So there's 48 guardsman models potentially around the Lord Commissar. And that's not even counting the heavy weapon team guys. Bloodletter's getting in there. One of them on the Lascannon guy. Oh, they're double Lascannons, okay. They aren't going to last long with the Bloodletters around. Need to try and focus them. Oh, those guys made it out though. They didn't finish them. Big mistake. Bloodletter's taking huge amounts of damage, having to shift out to avoid damage and leave. The other Bloodletters did not teleport in, apparently. Chaos Lord went down. Really messy fight. Chaos Predators charged forward and shot the crap out of stuff. Lord Commissar trying to make it pay. Slaughter used by the Chaos Space Marines. Bloodletter's coming in now. Now there's nothing around for the Lord Commissar to get stubbornness benefits from. The tank did a lot of work there, now level 3. Huge amounts of work. 386 to 107. I'm not sure what happened to the Chaos Lord. I guess he just got... I wasn't paying attention to it. I guess he just got focused down by a bunch of plasma guns. That'll do it. Bloodletters having to shift out. They got a decap though. Single for Fear. CSM on the central VP, but they are looking shaky. Down to 3 models and just over 600 hit points. Chaos Lord has indeed been repurchased. Little Galaxy Burn is so good here. You want that guy on the field. I think Demonic Visage is worth picking up here. Just run in, get 1 attack, and you're debuffing all this stuff. Maybe they feel like they just can't stay in combat long enough for it to be worth it. That's kind of getting hits on the Predator. I don't think we saw Inspire Courage on the Lascannon before. Did we see it? I mean, why am I saying this? I wasn't paying attention, so I wouldn't have seen it. I don't think I saw is worthless. Mark of Khorne. Mark of Khorne, Chaos Space Marines level 4. Going all in on the melee to just charge down these guys. That's going to be a medical bunker, I would think. And that's going to be problematic for Fear. They might need to steal it. So if these guys are just reinforcing 3 at a time, what are they going to do? Kill them harder, I suppose, with some bloodlust maybe. Aveend has the resources needed for a rocket run. And if these guys are running in a line like this, that'd be a great target for it. Gonna get around the side, maybe, Fear. I think they should have sent the Chaos Lord and the tank up the middle to distract and then sent these guys around the side. We'll see how it goes. And they're just gonna decap stuff. Try to drag them around. Lascannons are facing down the mid, so maybe the tank on this side is a good idea. What the hell do I know? Maybe just the Chaos Lord up the mid would have been enough to distract him. They don't seem to be refacing. They saw the tank, right? They're refacing one of them. Okay, this one's now moving. Is indeed a medical bunker, so they can reinforce off the bunker now. Get a little bit of health regen as well. Aveend now has the central VP for a 2-to-1 cap, down to 88 victory points though. Las Cannon will struggle to hit those bloodletters, but the guardsmen can do it. Here come those Chaos Space Marines. They are so low already though. Heretics having to flee. CSM dropping models. Lord Commissar's on them too. That guy's an absolute beast surrounded by this much guardsmen. You need to try and not bunch up like that with a Nurgle tank around. And they run. They can use the execution of those Commissars to get those guys back in line. Chaos Lord gets away. All the other guardsmen run. They're going to reinforce so fast and cheap. I think these guys are trying to steal the bunker. No, they're just slaughtering guardsmen. Some guardsmen got inside the bunker actually, so they can't steal it. 289 to 88. The tank is messing up those garrisoned units though. Almost wiped. Now it's just the Lord Commissar trying to fight. Throws up the shield. And now some support is coming for him. Stood up to everything there, the Lord Commissar. Level 6 this guy. Been awesome. Still a 2-to-1 for Aveend, and that was really important to stick around, because if they didn't, those guys would have grabbed that central VP. Now they're repairing the bunker. Who needs tanks? Just loads of fellas with guns, please, Aveend. Did not see a rocket run there, right? Couldn't have. They're at 692 red now. Not sure why this fella's so far forward. Is it just one las cannon now? No, there's still two. There is still two. Lord Commissar's fully healed up, of course, because of stubbornness. And there's the tier 3. 248 to 88. Fear has tons of resources. They could get Terminators up. I mean, there's a lot of plasma there. But an autocannon ripping through them might be pretty awesome. Ouch. I don't think I've seen a Nurgle Predator be this killy before. I guess this is like an ideal fight for it. Just loads and loads of guardsmen standing around. Let the galaxy burn. It's a level 4 tank now as well, so all of its weapons are doing more damage and stuff. There's some Khorne worship. The bunker. Oh no! Those CSM got inside the bunker to steal it, but it was booby-trapped, and now they are wiped off the map. Not something you see happen very often. Bloodletters teleporting in. Menacingly staring at them as they were getting ready to do so. 212 to 88. Still the 2-to-1 for Aveend. And now they're tier 3. So now they can rocket run. They couldn't do it before, because I was talking nonsense. Just assumed they were tier 3 for some reason. Great Unclean One on the way for Fear. Lord Commissar continues to be a powerhouse. How are they only level 6? There we go. Level 7. Bloodletters power in fear at this Lord Commissar. Heretics need to run, I think. Oh no. Lord Commissar's let him live. For now. But yeah, this Nurgle tank is doing huge amounts of work. Are they all plasma? All but one, of course. Great Unclean One doesn't like plasma, but these guys don't like being vomited on by a greater demon either, I imagine. Especially with this tank doing huge amounts of damage. Bloodletters. They don't finish the cat. Got the decap though. Not sure if Aveend is going to get a good opportunity now to do a rocket run, because those bloodletters are just going to teleport on their stuff. Here's a great unclean one for you. Passively damages nearby enemies, nasty abilities and powerful melee. But they do have a lot of plasma DPS, which he doesn't like. And a badass Lord Commissar that can run in and try and melee him. And 2 las cannons? Yep, 2 las cannons. Tank healing up passively there. I wonder if they can hear the Great Unclean One stomping around. They might have heard stuff break over there. So perhaps they think something's coming up. 154 to 88. Fear coming in from an angle here. Bloodletters teleporting in. Other bloodletters just running in. And there's your Great Unclean One. Gonna vomit on something in a second, I imagine. There it is. Another medical bunker up, by the way. Both of the las cannons get into the bunker, and there is an Imperial Abyss. Those guys are not going to survive. The bunker's probably not going to survive either. Chaos Lord gets dragged into it though. Bunker's down. There's a rocket run. Oh wow, Aveend just lost their entire army on that nuke. They've got guardsmen left. That was nasty. That was a game-changing nuke. Now Fear is favourite to win. Easily. How are you alive, Mr. Chaos Lord? No, they died. Why? Oh, because they're standing in the Nurgle stuff, I guess. Level 9 Chaos Lord now. Only a level 10 Lord Commissar remains. Poor bastard. It's a hell of a nuke. It's a hell of a nuke. I wonder how that would have gone without the nuke. So Great Unclean One could have just like got around the back of the bunker and just passively damaged those guys out. Fear getting another Predator tank. Aveend isn't giving up, but I think they're down and out now. I think. Great Unclean One could just foul snare him maybe. Nope, this goes into melee. Lord Commissar casually meleeing a Greater Demon here. Oh, there's the foul snare. To pull and damage and stun. And the vomit as well. There's the GG. A fitting ending for a heroic Lord Commissar there. Oh, I had Kashyyyk on the way. I did like the mass guardsman build they have, but it was liable to fall apart at some point. What is this? Oh, they're passively damaging the Lord Commissar's twitching body. And there is the concede. Fear takes it with a level 10 Chaos Lord down at the end. And of course, a level 10 Lord Commissar down at the end. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. It was a fun one. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.